and welcome to Race Versus coverage of the Western Waves Media Grand Prix of the Glen. And welcome everybody, I am Gary Gatto. Thanks for coming and joining us this Tuesday night for a late season round in the inaugural season of the Sunset Arctic Formula Indy Series. As you see, we're currently under qualifications right now. About just over 10 minutes left in this session and counting down. Currently on the pole is Caleb Benson with a 138.528 miles per hour lap, followed by Dakota DeMaid, Matt Houston, Shane Coogan, and make sure that I get my names right. That is Peter Lannick. Currently riding the board, Rob Powers at Team Talent liveried car. Trying to tiptoe through turn 9. That's going to be one of the trouble spots tonight. So we thought we would start the stream a little bit earlier than normal because we got a couple big announcements that we'd like to share with everybody. And the first thing we want to do is we want the whole screen for this one. There we go. We do have a Season 2 schedule. Yay! Here you go. Season 2 will start August 17th at the Indianapolis Grand Prix course again. Then it will go a week later to Monza, then Laguna Seca. Then they will, I believe, do a week off. Then they'll come back and do Imola. And then the only oval of the schedule, which will be Auto Club. Then Red Bull Ring, Long Beach, Zolder, VIR, that's going to be interesting, and Interlagos. And that is your Season 2 Formula Indy Series schedule. And now you might also notice that I didn't say Sunset Arctic. Well, there is a new title sponsor for Season 2. The Season 2 title sponsor is going to be called, or the name of the company is Precision Racing Instruction. So what they do is that they will train you to be the best driver you can be. So want to go faster? PRI will train you to be the best driver you can be. 21 plus years of professional racing instruction experience. You want to check out Precision Racing Instruction. That's just a mouthful right there. But I got a whole off season to get used to it. Precision Racing Instruction today on Facebook and Instagram for contact details. I don't know what their Facebook or Insta at details are, but I would imagine it's probably facebook.com/Precision Racing Instruction. We'll get that squared away. We want to welcome them and thank them very much for being our title sponsors for Season 2. Now. Still, it's a Sunset Arctic until the end of this season, but Season 2 of what will be the Precision Racing Instruction Formula Indy Series. Still showing about 7 minutes left in qualifying here. Let's get a readout of what has changed. Caleb Benson, Armando Edwards now to P2, Dakota DeMaid P3, Matt Houston P4, Jason Fryer P5, Jeff Groff in P6. Andrew Wood just shoots to the top there, and that last lap by, he is now with a 127.234 or 138.585 miles per hour. This is actually one of the fastest road courses on the planet, so that's kind of why I have the miles per hour up. You don't typically see speeds this high on road courses, but these nice long sweeping curves, long straights that this circuit offers definitely puts things in perspective. But we can also translate that down to time, and an average lap is just it's less than a minute and a half around this place. coming up to the 5-minute mark here on qualifying for the Western Waves Media Grand Prix at the Glen. Hey, you want to kick your project up a notch? Western Wave Media is a 360 media creation collaborative company. We specialize in top-level audio recording and production services, mixing and mastering, and songwriting consulting. There's a lot of ands in this one. But here's what they do. They specialize in top-level audio recording, production services, mixing, mastering, songwriting consulting, photo, and video. And you can inquire today on how to learn more about Western Waves if you go to twitter.com/Western_Waves. You can follow them there. And we want to thank them and Shane Coogan for being the sponsor of tonight's race. So as you see, we have 18 cars that have taken time. Not everyone has taken the time. Going through the outer loop, Gavin Sanders, last week's winner. Coming into the toe area of what is known as the boots. And then he's going to come into one of the more slower corners there, and then we switch off to another car. There we go. And he's actually coming to what they call the heel of the boot there. Most commonly, people see this track driven by NASCAR Cup, Xfinity, those type of series. Now, IndyCar has been here, not recently. It was a couple years ago, actually, they were here, but I don't think they've been here in the new cars. They were here definitely in the DW12s. Most people are used to seeing this track in its more shorter configuration, which they call the Cup configuration. We are in the full boot, full course configuration tonight. That means we'll be using the bus stop chicane on the backstretch, as well as the entire boot, and the entire course is at these guys' disposal tonight. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in qualifying. You have Sanders, Paxler, Wood, Bency, Quinn, Edwards, Hill, DeMay, Houston, Pryor, Goff, Jasper, Coogan, Planet, Clown, Kennedy, Lesher, Powers, Johnchek, and we have 3 more that haven't taken time, and I believe a couple of them are currently on the course as we speak. And looking from Gavin's empty cockpit there, I think he is done. This is Dan Morera making his first start tonight. Brian Kennedy, and then number 99 pulling out. And that is the livery he was going to use last week at Spa. And this is Nicky Lauda. Only Odell and Tribble yet to take any time yet. Got about a minute left before we set the grid. Hill going through the toe portion of the course. Coming down to the heel. One of the more slower turns on the course. Here's Brian Kennedy through the last set of corners before coming on the main straight there to take time. 17 seconds left. And let's get today's starting grid. On the pole, Gavin Sanders, Logan Paxa P2, Andrew Wood, Liam Quinn, 304th, Caleb Benzie, your points leader, and Armando Edwards, 5th and 6th. 7th through 12th is Christopher Hill, Dakota DeMed, Matt Houston, Jason Fryer, Jeff Groff, and Dan Marrera. 13th through 18th, Christian Jasper, Shane Coogan, Peter Lanik, Zachary Flaum, Brian Kennedy, and Neil Lusher. 19th through 22nd, we got Rob Powers, Peter Donchek, Jacob Odell, and Aaron Tribble. Neither one of them took time in practice. I don't know for qualifying. The last two, actually, Odell and Tribble. So I do not know if they will be lining up or not for tonight's race. But we will show them on the grid nevertheless. And we are getting ready to go racing here at the Glen. We'll get a better view from the blimp up here as here we go. They're getting ready. Lights out, green flag, and here we go. Great start by Quinn on the outside. On the outside of Paxa, but has it back off. Paxa and Gavin Sanders take the lead through one and into the S's. Coming up the hill, down the back straight. Through the bus stop chicane, into what sometimes is called a carousel, sometimes called the outer loop. Now they're entering the heel and toe portion of the boot. Looks like it was pretty much a clean start for everybody. So a couple drivers currently in the pits. Matt Houston might have started in the pits. Christian Jasper might have also started in the pits, showing Peter Lanik currently in the pits right now, and Peter Donchek also in the pits. So they must have had some incidents during that start. Here is Gavin Sanders. Got a pretty comfortable lead. Using every bit of those curves. We get ready to complete lap 1 of 37 here at the Glen. Sanders at lap used 2 push-to-passes already. He is down to 8. Paxa has 9. Armando Edwards has 9. James Coogan has 9. Everyone else has 10 still. For third. Right behind him, they're all stacked up behind Caleb Vinci for 5th spot, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Caleb Vinci, your current points leader. We'll show you the point situation here just momentarily. Right behind him is Armando Edwards. Hill pace as well. He is back there in Q7. Oh, we got a pass back here between Jason Fryer and Jeff Groff coming into the bus stop. Not going to pull it off. Right there with him is Dakota. Dakota looking for a way around on this one. Dakota better watch his rear view because coming right behind him is Rob Powers. Rob Powers is up 8 spots. He is up 8 spots since this race began, only 3 laps in, so he is a man on the move currently. Last time by, Logan Paxa, 1:28.316 purple lap. So Logan setting the pace, trying to run down Gavin. Get back up front. Oh, there's a car spinning in the background. That was Neil Lusher, I believe. He's back. Oh! And that was Flau, I believe, also back there. Again, the turn 9 is very treacherous. Very treacherous. It's an uphill turn. It's a lot sharper than it looks. And the cars just like to unload there. It's a very, you'll see spins there all night long. All night long. Oh! Oh! Ouch. That's going to be a tow. So yeah, we got some, oh, Christopher Hill is in the pits. Wow, we just missed his accident. So we got already a good number of drivers on pit road who are out. In fact, we have 5 drivers that are currently shown as out. Logan and Gavin have put a little bit of a buffer between themselves and Andrew Wood, third. It's 1.1 back to Logan from Sanders, and another 3.3 back from Sanders, or back from Paxa to Wood. It's actually one of the more larger intervals on the circuit at the moment. Here are your gaps between each position. Your gap to the leader there. No pit stops yet. We're probably a good, probably 10 laps away from that window possibly opening. Got some good racing in the meantime. Oh, Gavin, a little squirrely there in the toe portion. go back through the field. Here's Andrew Wood with his teammate Liam Quinn right behind him. Last time I believe we saw Liam was at the Indy 250. Good to see him back. And behind him is Caleb Benson. This is probably a good time as any to talk about the driver point standings. And here they are. Currently showing Caleb Benson actually is in P2, only 3 points behind Gavin Sanders. Sanders is the points leader. This does include the drop week, so we have quite the battle for first place. Logan Paxa is still within contention at 174. And then there's a pretty big gap back to Andrew Wood, Matt Houston, and Christopher Hill, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And with Hill already parking it for today, he is going to be hurting in that particular department right now. He can't afford to lose space. Mathematically, he may already be eliminated from possible championship contingency. So, unfortunately, that's a little bad luck there. But there is your point situation. Gavin Sanders, your leader, with 205 over Caleb Benson, 202. So every position and every point now matters from here on out. Don't forget the remainder of the schedule. Next week, we go off to Japan for the Suzuka circuit for the Suzuka Grand Prix. 35 laps, 125 miles, and we will decide a champion. Gavin Sanders, purple, 127.711. Edwards in P6. Bit of a gap back to Dakota. Dakota was coming out of the bus stop while the other two were going through the chute. He is with his race first teammate Shane Coogan there. Shane Coogan also sporting the Western Waves media sponsorship. Back to P9, there's Jeff Roth. Dan Barrera, P10, nice job. This is Dan's first race of the season. He's actually a teammate of mine in a truck series that I run. Good driver, good guy, funny guy. He is down from Costa Rica. So he's joining us remote every week from Central America. Doing good here in his first showing, P10 so far. Right behind him, Rob Powers, Team Talent. There's Brian Kennedy in 12th. For position right behind him is Christian Jasper and Jacob Liddell. This is all for position right here. Oh, Edwards, Kennedy off. Oh, and that beautiful car is destroyed. Oh, I thought that was Matt Houston for a second. Oh, car's just... That might have been Aaron Tribble, which is the other car you saw in that picture. Oh, Armando Edwards. I can get the TV to agree with me. There we go, trying an attack currently right now on Caleb Benson. I was getting ready to say right before that, Caleb Bency, the master strategist, had 10 push-to-passes to use, and now he's showing a 9. So I would imagine right when we saw in the background there that Armando was drafting Caleb down the front stretch, that Caleb says, you know, I'm going to punch this button and try to preserve this position a little bit longer, at least to the first pit stop. Again, thank everybody for joining us from home. This is the Western Waves Media Grand Prix of Glen on race first, part of the Sunset Formula Indy Series. We're in next to last round. Next week is the last round where we'll crown a champion at Suzuka Circuit. Armando taking a look at the inside. And I'm Gary Yato. I thank everybody for joining us each and every week as the inaugural season of the Indy Series is winding down. Armando gets the position. Caleb is not letting him have it easy, but he's going to have at least the position around the corner. Now, here comes Caleb on push to pass. Going to take a look to the inside, coming into the bus stop. No, not close enough. I'd say at this point, Armando secures the position, and now he sets sail for the next car ahead of him, which is Liam Quinn, about 2.5 seconds up the road. Here's another close battle. Coogan and May. Both race first teammates. Oh, Shane around! Oh, into the wall. And that's going to be a new nose. He's got to limp that thing back, but that is going to cost him valuable track position. A lot of traffic coming up behind him, carefully getting by. Watching Shane make his way to turn 9 and on the pit road to get a new nose so we can continue the race. While he's doing that, we go back out to our leader. Gavin Sanders has himself a 5-second lead over Logan Paxa. Not sure what happened to Logan, if he had some sort of issue. But right now on Logan is Wood. Go back here to Jacob Odell, P11. He's worth a shout out. He is up 10 spots since starting the race. Good on him. Only used one push to pass to get there too. Currently he is fighting Christian Jasper for position right there. Christian in the Tasman Autosports homage paint there, right in front of him. Oh, that's Jeff Groff, I believe. Yes. That's again the trouble area. So he was well in the top 10. Now he lost a lot of positions there. Logan Paxa on pit road. He had enough of those tires. He is going to the primes. He comes out right with Matt Houston. Gavin Sanders makes his way around Peter gone checked. Will he make the dive to pit road this time by? That is a negative. Don't forget, this is your current points leader. I think I was giving credit to Caleb earlier in the broadcast when I should have known better. They're so close on the points, though. There's only 3 points separating the top 2 positions. Muscling it through the bus stop there. They call this the outer loop. This is the chute. And he's coming into this turn 6. Turn 6 is a nice, pretty fast corner. Here's turn 7. Basically a 90 degree, it turns back on itself. Turn 8 is the heel, and it's one of the more slower corners, besides turn 1. Then up the hill to the dangerous turn 9. Turn 10, one of the really fast corner right there, sets you up to get to turn 11, excuse me, and then on to the main straight. There's a nasty little bump there right before hitting the start-finish line. You really feel it in Indy cars. You really don't feel it in the trucks or a cup car. Coming turns 2 and 3 right here. Top of the hill, will be 4, and then on to the backstretch. Braking at the 200 marker. Nice. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us at home. You are watching the Western Waves Media Grand Prix of the Glen. About 14 laps of 37 in the books. Your leader so far, for every one of them, has been your current points leader in the championship, Gavin Sanders. Probably nearing a pit stop as we speak. We will see when he makes that dive on the pit road. Nope, not going to do it. Currently in P2, Andrew Wood. Missed last week, but is back this week. Welcome back. Right behind him, one of his teammates, Liam Quinn. You haven't seen him for a couple weeks. Welcome back. P4, Armando Edwards. Still fighting it out with Caleb Bency here in the back half of the top 5. There's Caleb. 3 points behind Gavin in the championship. A little further on back, follow Edwards and Bency at the top of the hill. Dakota's at the bottom as he is now in 6th place. P7, Dan Morera with Logan Paxa on him. Let's watch this battle right here. Logan gets the position, but a good showing by Morera nevertheless. He is now P8. Christian Jasper, P9. Matt Houston moving on up. He is now P10. Jacob Odell, P11. There's Jeff Groff as he is currently going through the bus stop chicane, and P12. Rob Powers in 13th. And Shane Coogan with a brand new nose. Still on the lead lap. Comfortably still on the lead lap. Takes about a minute and a half or so to get around here. So that's a rough number. Right now laps are being turned, and Gavin Sanders in the pit, by the way. Seeing lap times in the 128s, 129s. See who he comes out behind. No, he's going to come out in front of Logan Paxa. So he is going to come out in front of his teammate by a considerable margin. So he is by himself. So currently, first, second, third, fourth, and seventh has yet to pit, as well as 10th and 12th. And as I say that, Jeff Groff in P12 is now pitting. Brian Kennedy headed out back onto the track. Jeff Groff down and away. So that now leaves these guys. Armando Edwards, looks like Liam Quinn is headed to pit road. Let's head down the pit road, watch his stop here. So is Caleb Bency. Quinn and Bency down and away. There's Dan Marrera coming on the pit road. He is pitting at lap 17. Currently located in the tow right now is your leader, Andrew Wood. Has a little lap traffic right in front of him with Jeff Groff. Kind of hear the car on the edge there. Jacob Odell in the pits. And your leader is in on pit road. Gets to his box there, all the way down toward the end. Yeah, he's going to try to do this on one stop, I think. Also stopping with him is Armando Edwards. Like Neil Lusher had a bit of an incident. His car is parked further on back as this crew continues to work on it. Christian Jasper hitting pit road. So everybody is now pitted. Well, really, everyone is pitted except Matt Houston. Matt Houston did pit, but I believe he started from the pits. He's currently in P5. And he has 6th and 7th right on his gearbox for position. Oh, Edwards leading. Wonder why. Did he mess something up here? Let's go back and look at that real quick. No, he's got a run on him. Yeah, just got to run on him. Yeah, and yeah, he just Fought it for a little bit, conceded the position. Discretion and valor. Good choice. So Logan Paxa and Gavin Sanders are your leaders again. Paxa right there passing Wood for position. Wow, going into the bus stop. Just caught the tail end of that. Gavin Sanders further up the road. He is coming up to Christopher Hill, who I believe is driving a bit of a wounded car. Rondo Edwards on position on Matt Houston there. Matt's going to hit, oh, that's, that Peter Donchek? Yeah, the Wawa car. Oh! He might want to hit pit road now, get those tires changed. Something's not agreeing with him right now. Matt Houston, as you heard in the background, you probably heard the pops of his exhaust as he was downshifting to hit the pit road. He is there right now, still sporting his throwback livery for the Formula One race we had, for the Formula One themed race last week at Spa. Gavin Sanders around Christopher Hill and setting sail. His next person in front of him is Peter Lanik, who's in P20, with currently about 7.5 seconds up the road of it. I want to thank Western Waves Media for being a part of tonight's race. If you'd like to learn more about Western Waves Media, hit them up on Twitter at Western_Waves. You need to kick your next project up a notch. Western Waves is a 360-degree media creation collaborative company. We specialize in top-level audio recording and production services, mixing, mastering, and songwriting consulting, photos, and video. Inquire today to learn how we can accelerate your brand. Oh, Gavin, a little bit of a loosey-goosey coming out of the bus stop there. Again, want to thank Western Waves. Currently also riding along on the car of Shane Coogan there, P12. Missed the big news in the pre-show. Formula Indy Series has announced its Season 2 schedule. Here it is again. Season will kick off August 17th and will conclude at November 9th. There will be a couple off weeks in there, so this is not back-to-back consecutive weeks. You'll actually get some off time. Starting at Indianapolis, Monza, Laguna Seca, Imola. Auto Club will be the oval that they're on. Red Bull Ring, which will be a new track for everybody. Long Beach, Zolder, Virginia International Raceway, VIR, and Interlagos. So those will be the events for Season 2. Again, one drop week, one fast repair, standing starts, custom fix setup, $100 plus championship prize pool. And of course, we will also cover all the races here on Race First, starting at about 8:45 every race day for the Formula Indy Series when Season 2 starts up. You might also notice in the top left corner that there is a new title sponsor. Precision Racing Instruction is the new title sponsor for Season 2 of the Formula Indy Series. We want to thank them for also being a part of the growth of this series. And joining us for Season 2. have kept it on we kept it on Gavin for a reason, because here comes Andrew Wood running him down. Paxson must have had a moment because he is now behind all this. Go through the field and check out some of these other battles here. Andrew Wood in P2. Liam Quinn is not too far behind as he's going through the chute now into boot portion of the course. Right behind him is Logan Paxa. Caleb Bency back there in P5, pretty much all by himself. I got 2.5 seconds on Armando Edwards there in P6. Dakota DeMate is a little ways back from that battle as he's just currently going through the bus stop chicane now in P7. Christian Jasper is now entering the bus stop chicane. He is now P8. Dan Morera, physical position, P9. He's been in the top 10 pretty much all day long. Way to go, Dan. Matt Houston is P10. Rob Powers moved up to P11. He is still up. Yeah. And it just happened right when I clicked on him, too. Jacob Odell, position 11. Jane Coogan is now in position 12. Jeff Groff, P13. Christopher Hill had a bit of a rough day, but he's only one lap down. He is in P15. And Brian Kennedy, he is in the tow portion of the boot right now. He is in 16th, 2 laps down. Peter Donchek in the Wawa car, currently on the back stretch, getting ready to go into the bus stop, P17. And those are all the cars that are currently running at the moment. We go back up to the front, the battle for the lead. It's really getting tight now. It's a second and a half now, getting gaps between Sanders and Wood. Let's show you what a second and a half looks like as we get on the roll bar. Andrew Wood's car going down the backstretch here. Wow, he does not slow down much at all going through there. Through the chute. Turn 6. As Brian Kennedy in front of Gavin, I can see up the road there. Wood now has the gap down to 1.1, now 1.3. And they're going through turn 8 up to turn 9. Careful. And Gavin Sanders is pitting. run to the end. So now that puts the lead back in Andrew Wood's hands. Your top five now is Wood, Quinn, Paxa, Bensi, Edwards, Sanders, LeMay, Jasper, Barrera, and Houston. Neil Lusher moving on over for the leaders. Behind that shot there is Brian Kennedy, and here comes Andrew Wood into the pits. So now let's see how much Gavin Sanders jumps him, if he jumps him at all. We'll see here. Gavin currently is coming into turn 9. Can't afford to lose any time here. 10 and 11. Ooh, bouncing it. Careful. Caleb Bensi on the pit road. And he gaps him. He gaps him, but not a lot. So we got a shootout to the end. 10 laps to go. Each one of these guys, they only have a lap difference on the tires. Sanders knows it too. He is trying to break the draft. Now this is one of those times that you have Quinn, Edwards, and Sanders are obviously your leaders here. You have Wood, who's missed a couple of races, so he's not necessarily in the championship hunt. Let's take a look at those points real quick. As you see, Wood is in 4th, but that is including his drop week. So he is not necessarily really in contention for the top 2. If this gets close, I mean, do you want to push as hard as you can and try to get this win, or do you want to make up points on? Oh, Wood's off into the grass. He collects it. Knowing Gavin, he's probably thinking dub. He wants a dub, or he wants to go all out. Liam Quinn is in the pits, or your leader at the time. There he is. Now your leader is Armando Edwards. There's Armando Edwards pit. Coogan letting the leader by. Right in front of the leader now is Odell. Jasper in the pit for his final stop. Sanders 5.2 behind. Odell moves over, let the leader by. 9 to go. Track temp is cooling off. It's 99 Fahrenheit and it's 78. Again, thanks for joining us. This is great coverage of the Arctic Formula Indy Series penultimate round at Watkins Glen International. Your current leader is Armando Edwards, who pitted 11 laps ago. Can he go to distance? Gavin Sanders 3.5 now back. Gavin Sanders also purple 127.037. He couldn't hold on much longer, and he's pitting it now. So that is going to turn the lead over back to Gavin Sanders, who has 2 cars in front of him that are now back on the lead lap. Oh, Shane moves over, looks by. Odell, there's really not a spot here to move over. Odell probably a little by on the back stretch. And a good sport, listen by. And I would suspect they would do the same for Wood when they get when Wood gets to their gearbox as well. 8 to go. Race is far from over. Over. Oh my gosh. Dan Marrera in the pit, picking up a top 10 spots. Looks like it's a regular scheduled stop. And he's gone to the Reds. He's good to go to the end. Looks like it's going to be pretty much a sprint for him. Gavin Sanders now puts Neil Lusher between himself and Wood, and Lusher off on turn 9 again. That's where I said watch it. He spun the wheels and unfortunately nosed it into the inside railing. Now there are no drivers between the leaders. 7 laps to go. Wood pushing it. Saw him taking a very aggressive exit off of turn 11 there. There you see Gavin on this pass. Gavin has 1 lap after this. Wood has 3. Paxa 2. Quinn 4. Vincent Armando Edwards both with 7. Matt Houston sitting in 8th, has all 10 bullets left. They're not rollover minutes, Matt. I mean, you got to use them. So currently, everybody in the top 10 is still on the lead lap. Dakota DeMate is going into the pit now, as well as Odell. Dakota giving up a top 10 spot, but he's fueled and ready to go to the end. Even the leaders come when he comes back out. He's going to stay in the top 10 and on the lead lap for sure. Well, currently your Iron Man on this stint, there's 2 of you. It's Peter Donchek and Matt Houston. Both have been out for 10 plus laps on this stint. They might be just going to make it to the end here. Take a look at Matt. There he is. Go back to Peter Donchek in the 84 Wawa car. These 2 might be good to go to the end. Might be able to pick up some positions that way. Gavin Sanders, Jeff Groff is immediately in front of him. Groff slows down, moves over as they get into the tow portion. One more car that Andrew Wood's going to have to negotiate himself around. He does. Groff makes himself a non-factor. That's good. tight battle going on right now. Paxa and Quinn. This is for the bottom step of the podium. This is another battle of Team Talent versus Kamigoya eSports cars. I think Liam probably has, whoa, he's right up under that attenuator. Oh! Logan takes a very defensive line. He pushes him wide out to the wide. Oh, wow. Going side by side through. Wow. Great car control, guys. Excellent. Side by side through the bus stop chicane. That was some great looking driving there. Woo. So as you saw, Logan did a stay to the inside. Looks like Liam got the draft and was going to pull out on him. Did a bit of a Prix fade to kind of push Liam out to the white line where he couldn't necessarily get the arc in that he wanted to. Liam gets the position. Gavin Sanders out to push the passes. 1:27.037, still the fastest lap. Let's keep watching this one. Logan right there. He's going to try again. Oh! We got Neil Lusher side by side through the bus stop chicane. They bounce around. Going to the inside, and Logan pulls it off. Neil Lusher had the best seats in the house for that one. Look at cars are bottoming out a little bit when they're hitting that transition between the regular circuit and the chute there. Sanders with a 3.3 second lead. It continues to grow here. 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go at the line. Go back to the battle between Paxa and Quinn. Again, we'll just let the action speak for itself as he cuts underneath. They're side by side down the backstretch. Liam gets it. And I think he's going to hold it this time. We'll see if Paxa can get back to the gearbox of Quinn. A champion at Suzuka Circuit. So join us same bat time, same bat channel here on Race First. Make sure to like, share, subscribe Race First here on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. Make sure to hit the bell here on Twitter. Hit the bell here. Well, do that on Twitter too. That way you get every tweet from us. But hit the bell here on YouTube, and you'll get every notification every time we post something, whether it be from the BMW series that we cover, from the Reddit IndyCar Leagues, various series that we cover, or the American Sim Racing Club series. We have a little something for everything, a little something for everybody. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the button here on Race First for YouTube. Continuing to watch this battle for the last step of the podium. Currently in control of that is Liam Quinn. Both these guys are sitting about 15 seconds back from the overall leader. That's Jeff Groff in front of them. If you like what you see, folks, make sure to search out the Formula Indy series on iRacing. We use the iRacing service. Great simulation service. From there, you can apply to join the league, and then also you can join their Discord, where you can start networking with the league's fellow drivers right away, and maybe possibly if you meet the prerequisite requirements, you too can be in the lineup at Suzuka Circuit next week. Final lap. It's been a pretty big week here for Gavin. He had a win last week here in the Formula Indy Series. Wow. Rob Powers kind of blew through the chicane there. He had a win in the Reddit IndyCar League at Pocono. Had a second place at the Velocity Online Racing Series, IndyCar Series at Indianapolis. Had a second place there. So it's looking all good for the past couple weeks for this man. Just a couple more turns that he needs to negotiate. Wood is still there. Wood is not letting him go. Corner number 10 and now 11. Your winner, Gavin Sanders, 2 in a row, and extends his points lead going into the final race next week at Suzuka Circuit. And he could not wait to get those donuts in. Let's check out the results. As it looks like Logan did manage to get around Liam Quinn there at the very end as we were watching. We wanted to make sure we were on the leader when he takes the checkered flag, so we could always check the replay of that one later and maybe post it on their Discord channel, but or Discord server. But your podium is Gavin Sanders, Andrew Wood, and Logan Paxa. Your top 5 is Liam Quinn and Armando Edwards. The top 10, Caleb Bensi losing a little ground to Gavin there in the championship. Was going to make that battle in Japan that much more difficult for him. Matt Houston, great finish, P7. Dakota DeMade, also a great finish, also in the top 10, P8. Dan Morera in his debut here in the league, great run. Good job there, Dan, P9. Christian Jasper, 10. Rounding out your top 15 is Christopher Hill, Rob Powers, Jeff Groff, Jacob Odell, and Shane Coogan. Want to thank Shane for bringing us the Western Waves media sponsorship for this event. Your top 20 is Brian Kennedy, Peter Donchek, Neil Lusher, Zachary Flaum, Peter Lanek, and your final drivers, I'm not sure, I don't think they took a green flag, which would be Fryer and Tribble. And we'll be right back with the interviews with the podium. And why do we have the grid up on this? Grid hide. Okay, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, we are back. Thanks for that momentary. Had to check audio settings. Looks like we might have a dispute over who finished third. I'm going to let some other people figure that one out. But we do know who finished second, and that is Andrew Wood. Andrew Wood, P2, after missing a week last week. But good to see you back on the podium. Congrats on that run. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, tough race. A lot of mistakes. Not really much else to say. I started on the black tires. I was practicing on them all through the practice session, and I couldn't drive them. I was much better on the reds, which is very strange for me. Just couldn't come to grips with it at all. So I figured I would just get them out of the way at the start in the hotter weather. That's probably the best way to go. So yeah, I started on the blacks. I was a little disappointed that I couldn't really reel Gavin in when his reds were dying, so I was starting to get a little bit down and making a lot more mistakes. My in lap, I went off the track at the bus stop trying to overcut Logan because he came out in traffic, but I managed to get right next to him. So, yeah, I was very surprised to have reeled Gavin in that fast. He must have been struggling on the blacks just as much as I was, and especially if it got a little colder, it's probably harder as well. So I was a little disappointed to see him come in because I wanted to see if I could actually race with him and get by him and maybe put a little bit of gap, but I knew I had to hit the next lap. He threw my strategy out of whack. But, yep, I'll take P2. Should have had more. Less mistakes might have been in the battle for the win, but I'll take it.
The man's a perfectionist. You can hear it in his voice. He's pained by a P2. I'd be jumping for joy if I had a P2, but then again, I am not the road course racer that you are. So
there's a difference between lucking your way into a P2 with a lot of guys that are faster than you that mess up versus knowing you had the pace for a win and you made your own mistakes. It could be a good P2 if you're kind of the underdog, but if you get a P2 and you feel like you had the win, that's you have every right to be disappointed, I think.
Gotcha. So a little, you pretty much feel that it was a little self-inflicted then.
Absolutely. Nothing anyone did wrong on the track. The pass I had on Logan on the outside of the heel of the boot was very not expected. Liam even was like, "Wow, that was an awesome pass." So I kind of had to take advantage of the fact that he was on blacks. I knew there was no grip in that corner from running them in the last stint. So it was fun.
Shout outs and sponsors. Anybody let's say hi to?
Yep, shout out to the Team Talent boys. Don't know who's watching tonight, but if you're watching, hello. Liam for always getting my blood boiling during a race. He's very good at that. Gary for you commentating. Good job. I'm sure it'll be good when I watch it. And to the guys who run this league, it's been really fun this season, and I'm looking forward to the schedule reveal tonight, which I'm sure you talked about.
It is on there, and hopefully they'll post it in the Discord as well. And I would say that you'll probably like it, being a seasoned road course racer like yourself. So congratulations on the P2 and the second step. Will we see you next week at Suzuka?
Absolutely. I'll be there.
All right. He'll be in Japan with us, folks. So thanks a lot. Congrats, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you then. Thanks for your time.
All right. We're bringing Logan back down here. Hey, Logan. How you doing, man?
Oh, not too bad. That was a heck of a race, especially those last couple of laps.
Well, we were watching you on the last couple of laps, and going side by side with any car in the bus stop is hard enough, but doing it in an open wheel car is really really hard, not causing a wreck. And you two kept it off each other and raced each other very clean. That was some pretty exciting laps. Reason I didn't bring you in first, I saw both you and Liam in the waiting room, and I'm wondering if there was it really a close call for third. I have not seen the timing and scoring yet.
Yeah, so it seems like he used a bit too much push to pass in those last couple laps. So I actually had one more than him coming into the final one. So I was able to kind of like walk him around the outside on the straight, and I got it down the bus stop.
All right. Other than that, how was the rest of your race? I noticed that you were up there for a while with Gavin. Did you have a moment, or just that his pace was that much faster than everyone else's today?
But yeah, so Gavin was extremely fast. Like huge congrats to him. His pace was unreal. Uh, I believe he was gapping me 1/2 tenths a lap at first in that first stint, and then coming into the pits, I did miss my box by a smidge just because of a lockup. So I did lose quite a bit of time there, but overall, I think it still would have been the same result. Gavin and Andrew were extremely fast.
Well, congrats on the P3. I think mathematically you might still be in contention for the points championship going to Japan. We'll have to wait to see how that shakes out, but a P3 is definitely a good effort to keep yourself mathematically in contention. So can't say it wasn't without effort or merit. So congrats there. Anybody you would like to say hi to or shout out to or say shout out to sponsor or anything before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to everyone watching. Shout out to Prime Power Team. Shout out to Special Interest Auto, Franklin Self Storage, for helping me out this year in my karting career. I'd like to thank Trevor Wickens and Danielle Duffy for their help as well. And like thank you, Gary, as well.
No problem.
That's it.
All right. Well, congrats on the P3, and we will see you next week at Suzuka.
All right, cool, man. You have a good night.
You too. All right, let's get the winner down here. Wow, man. Were you going to share it all with anybody this race? Or?
I didn't really want to.
I mean, with a name like Bernie Sanders, we got to share with everybody, right?
Yeah. No, only the top 1%. All right, only the top 1% have the pace.
All right.
First.
So we distribute the top 1%'s pace to everybody else, but everyone,
yes.
yeah, there you go.
In this case, it was very focused on one car, but it's okay.
You were. I was asking Logan because you and him were P1 and P2 for quite a while, and in fairly close proximity. And at one point, I just started going through the field because you guys were racing, but you weren't racing, right? So you were battling, but there's no passes going on. And so by the time I come back to you, you're 3 or 4 seconds down the road already. And I'm like, did Logan have a moment or something? So I asked Logan, I said, did you have a moment or something? He goes, no, he's just that much faster. And I'm like, wow. So yeah, this, no doubt about it, this is your track, your day, and definitely your pace just squashed the entire field and then twisted the foot on it to make sure everyone was dead. Man, you just had this covered from start to finish. First of all, tell us about it. And I mean, other than that, did you have any moments out there? I mean, it looked pretty smooth sailing for you.
I definitely tried to make that red stint go as long as I could at the start. Figured it would probably be best to just get up front and see what I can do. But there was a few kind of sketchy areas or whatever. But after that, I kind of figured it out and went from there. But it wasn't too bad, I'll say. I think the tire strategy played out really nice, and yeah, as Logan said, I just went silent there for a little bit. And next thing you know, that happened. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with tonight. I definitely needed it with the championship to make myself a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, it was a solid night for Kamigoe.
That was going to lead into my next question. There was a 3-point margin between you and Caleb, and this is also we tell everybody that includes the drop week. So with everyone's drop week and yours included, you have a 3-point margin, not margin, but a buffer on on Caleb going into the final race. I think that buffer's gonna grow a little bit more because of this race. I'm not sure how by how much, but I think the buffer will still be maybe less than 10. I don't know. We'll see. Your thoughts going to Suzuka? Is that one of those circuits that you think you can close the deal on, or you think it's going to be, one of these weeks that you're going to have to practice and hold your breath and kind of see how it just boils out for you?
I think I'll need a little bit of practice time, but I won't get too much. I already know because this weekend's going to be way too busy for me. But hope for the best, and I think it'll be all right. I don't think I'll. I think it'll be manageable as long as I keep it as it was tonight and keep it going forwards. I think we'll have a really good shot at the finale.
So, on the precipice of a championship. So, congratulations on the top step again this week. Going to decide a champion next week. So, good luck there. Make sure you get lots of sleep and lots of practice in, because I'm sure you're probably going to need it. And before we let you go, just do the shout outs and anybody want to say hi
to. You know me too well. Big shout out to you, Kamigoe eSports, Midwest Data Solutions, Fiber Data, Braden Motorsports, Alpine Stars, Stilo, Fat Bastard Burrito, and especially to my teammate for just being the absolute man. He drove a great race, and I really do think we make this organization proud, and I'm proud to drive for it.
Awesome. Well, two guys from Kamigoe eSports on two steps of the podium. So I all in all, I say that's pretty darn good. So short of having three guys on the podium, but nevertheless, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good to have you and your teammate then right behind you in third. So congrats. We'll see you next week, and take care.
You too. See you next week.
Bye-bye. All right. That is it. Let's go through the standings once more before we wrap this all up. All right. Your podium: Gavin Sanders, Andrew Wood, and Logan Paxa. Top 5 is Liam Quinn and Armando Edwards. Your top 10 is Caleb Bency, Matt Houston, Dakota DeMed, Dan Morera, and Christian Jasper. All the race first guys there at 6th, 7th, and 8th. Look at that. Top 15, Christopher Hill, Rob Powers, Jeff Groff, Jacob Odell, and Shane Coogan with Western Waves Media. Top 20, Brian Kennedy, Peter Donchek, Neil Lusher, Zachary Flaum, Peter Lanik, and I'm not sure if they took the green or not, but Jason Fryer and Aaron Tribble are being credited for 21st and 22nd. So one more week to go, and we crown a champion. Round 8, June 29th, Suzuka Circuit. Join us here on Race First at roughly 7:45. Excuse me, 8:45 U.S. Eastern Time, as we will begin to stream at that time for the final round of the Sunset Arctic Formula Indy Series. And again, that's it for us. Want to thank Race First, want to thank Western Waves Media, want to thank all of you listening at home for making tonight a special night for everyone. We'll catch you next week as we crown a championship on Championship Tuesday here at the Sunset Arctic Formula Indy Series. Good night!